Let's see. She responds back.
All right. We're live on all sorts of places. We are live on the gram. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, all over the place. So over here.
Okay, she can hear both of us.
She can hear both of us. Yeah. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's me, Mark Wiggins, coming to you live and direct. We are doing some different things here as we get out of May. As you know, was my birthday month, so I spent 31 days doing what I wanted to do, allegedly. And so now we have talked about elevating the magazine and elevating some things that we do. So part of it, Nikki, as you know, is just getting your hands around what's going on, especially when it's new. You're doing a lot of different stuff,
right?
Getting comfortable with things. Yes. And so now we're trying to go do more lives with our contributing writers, which you are one. You are one of my original OGs for the magazine. Right on. You've been with a brother since the beginning. So that being said, we're going to do some more Off the Bench lives and interviews with our contributing writers and stuff that interests me because this is what I do. Right. But as you know, Nikki, I don't do bios. So why don't you tell the people who you are?
I am Nikki Renae. I'm a personal style coach and image consultant located in Portland, Oregon. And I am a speaker and I enjoy styling women. I am recently contributed to and participating in partnering with a boutique here near me in Vancouver, Washington, to enhance their style services and bring a lot of new things online for this business. And I'm really excited about it.
That's awesome. So Nick, tell us why you chose fashion, or did fashion choose you? You know, people said that the career is usually picked by them. Why fashion?
Well, honestly, it's because, with our family, and Mark and I are cousins. So family-wise, I mean, we have a lot of stylish people in our family. And I just think it comes naturally to us. But what ended up happening is a friend of mine had ended up one day telling me that he liked the way that I dressed after we finished playing tennis. And so for me, it was like, oh, wait a minute, now I got to start thinking about style a little bit more. But then he began to encourage me to write about style. He encouraged me to really push toward a personal shopping business at that time. But back in the 90s, you could only really do a lot of that if you worked for Nordstrom's, but you had to come up through their ranks. So it wasn't until I retired from my day job, if you will, my main job, my career, that I decided to start styling again and got my certification, because it was really important to me to be able to have, the education behind what I offered to my clients.
Yeah, that's a lot, because again, this Nikki is my cousin. She's the first cousin. She's one of the older cousins, y'all. She's a little older than I am, and but she's always been stylish. If you meet my auntie Glenda, you meet my mama, it always on point.
Always.
Meet Uncle Marion, your daddy, and your brother's all about fashion. We know Ramon has this thing out in Hush Boutique out in New Jersey. Shouts out to him, the homie, for his boutique. And how many clothing lines have Ramon had? About 5 or 6 different renderings.
He's had about 5, I believe, starting with Marquise Ramon, then Chrome, Blackburn Fabrics, and then I think he's had one other one I can't think of right now.
Yeah, but that's good, because it does run in the family. I mean, it's not a shock that you ended up in fashion, because you're always that stylish one.
Yes.
And we know everybody loves it to get dressed. So talk to us about your business and what you're trying to do or doing with Nikki Renae.
Sure. Hey, BFF, what's going on, girl? So what I'm doing right now, that's one of my girls. She was my first brander, so I got to give her a shout out. What? She helped me get off the blocks.
Shout out to the brander. What's up?
So yeah, for sure. So I am currently, working on virtual styling, because some people are not nearby. As you know, when I style you, we're styling online, we're styling through text, email, and that's still a huge part of my business, even though the world is starting to open up, right? But the other thing I'm starting to launch is what I call in the moment styling, and that is like having me in your pocket. So if you're going shopping and you have a question, like the one time that we did, you just hit me up with a text and a picture. What does this look like? How does this look? Is this my aesthetic? And I respond to you, right? And so I'm working on this new package because I think it's really important. Some people may not be ready to bring on a full on stylist with styling with me, right? And so it's like, okay, then we'll just do this package. You can ask me questions. I'll put a style together for you once or twice a month, and so it's something that I'm doing because I want to know that anybody can afford a stylist. You can afford me, right? Because I want you. You need me on your team, and I want you. I want to be on your team. But the other thing I'm doing, which is huge, I'm getting ready to launch where I work with boutiques to bring on their style programs, right? So they want a stylist, and so it's like, okay, well then let me help you launch this new program. And so I'm working with a boutique in Vancouver and looking to bring on other boutiques, because one of the main things I have found out is that a lot of stores and boutiques and retail establishments say they have personal stylists, but really they're just shopping for you. They're not styling you. They're helping you shop. And so
stop.
Okay.
Pause right there. So okay, explain that. You can't just drop stuff. You should know by now. You just can't drop. They got stylists. Oh, shout out to the Pocket USA. What's up, homie? I love your product. You're gonna holler. You can't just drop stylist versus shopper and then keep it moving. You're gonna have to explain to the people what you talking about.
Here goes. You want to hear it? Here you go.
I'm here for all of it.
So what I've noticed in the last several years is that retail establishments and boutiques call their store associates personal stylists, right? But at the end of the day, the goal is transactional. It's about selling you something, whether it's clothes, shoes, makeup, whatever. And I've noticed this trend, and it's gotten really, really big. But with me, or with personal stylists as such as myself, I have a relationship with my clients. You're not my customer. I'm not trying to have a transaction with you. I don't need to sell a certain amount. I don't have a quota, right? It's about building a relationship with you, my client. And that's the difference, is transactional versus relational. And my side is relationship. And, there's examples I can just throw out. I got a couple of stories, but one recently is I went into an establishment. They didn't even speak to me, right? And so if they're not speaking to you, but you're supposed to be my stylist when I come into your establishment, you're supposed to be seeking to build a relationship with me, but you don't speak to me when I come through your door. Whereas when you're working with me, you're my client. And so it's all about relationship. You come to me and we getting it on. It's all about personalizing it. It's about me getting to know you, what makes you tick, what is your desire, what's your career, who's your husband, your children, everybody. I know about you. And all this plays a part into your style. It's your lifestyle. And that's what I get to know about my clients. Whereas with retail establishments, that's not the case. They just want to sell you something.
Okay. All right. So then for the knowledge out there, when you walk into retail, now I work retail, so I'm not offended by your
and it's no shade, right? It's no shade. It's just true.
No shade taken, but the temperature did drop just a tad bit. But you're right. If the good ones, I'll say this though, the good ones in the retail space who develop customers, develop that returning clientele, they fall into the other category. And then there's people who work at Walmart that just say, hey, I'm sorry, they don't even work at Walmart anymore. They kind of just are not even there. So there's no action in that. So it is a relationship because it means something when you can pick up the phone and after the conversation, you kind of get a feel for what I wear and how I dress. And as I move out of the box a little bit and get off my own bench, especially for the covers of the magazine, I'm hitting you up with ideas and you coming back with stuff. And I find out it may not be exactly what you sent me because I may not be able to find it. Yeah. But the look that you want me to have on the cover is what I go for. You wanted the June issue. Was it June issue? Lord, the June issue, although it didn't come through yet. You wanted a flip. No, for my birthday event, that's what it was. You wanted me to have a black shirt with a flip red cuff on the sleeve. Well, I couldn't find none of that. Right. So what I got is a paisley cuff because we had talked about paisley before. Right. And the jeans and the shoes and the hat. Correct. Those things I would never have done had I not talked to the stylist to kind of give me something to shoot for. Right. And then you, of course, have to trust the stylist. They're going to have you out there looking like a clown. Correct. So so that's a big part of it. Now, one of the things that happened while we were working early on together on your messaging and your storytelling and building your brand discussion, you got a designation that's really, really important in the world of styling. Go ahead and tell the people what that is.
My designation is simply about understanding how to work your style, your wardrobe, and your image all together. And for me, can you guys hear my dog?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. All right, she's out. And that designation is just simply the presentation. How do I help you be the best that you can be? How do I help you show up and be your most authentic self? That's the most important thing in what I'm showing and how I style my clients. I want you to be the best you. It's not about dressing you like someone else, but it's you being your best self.
Right. And that is a huge help when people are trying to put their styles together, is that I don't look like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? You want to be, you pick up a shirt and there's 45 of them there. So at least 44 other people gonna have that shirt.
Right.
But they may not wear it with the accessories and all those other kind of things that we put on to make us look different.
Correct.
One of the things is it Nordstrom that you work with? Is that who it is?
Yes, I'm a personal stylist with Nordstrom's as well, an independent stylist.
Is that something anybody can get, or is it just, how do you even get that?
So that story is they found me. They found me on Instagram and reached out to me to be a part of their program, which is huge, which means they were also watching me. So making sure and having, my Instagram be relevant. They combed through my website and reached out to me to be a part of their program. And so I am not a Nordstrom's employee. I'm an independent stylist, so we're partnering together. So I can go and I can arrange to go into Nordstrom's anywhere across the country to shop for my clients, or I can shop for my clients online as well. So no, not anyone has access to it. Not anyone can just jump and say, I want to do it. They vet, and they vet deeply. So before I even got approved, it went up into the ranks of Nordstrom's before I even got approved for it.
All right, so y'all heard that. For y'all Nordstrom people out there, you want your own personal stylist, you have access to one that can hook you up like remote starter on my phone. I can start my car from wherever and hook you up in the Nordstroms. For those who shop Nordstrom's, that means something to you. But again, I joke, but that's a serious designation. I know we started working that came through. That was huge for your street creds and for your customer base and these boutiques who read your bio and go, oh my God, she's connected. And therefore, we want her to work with us, and therefore giving, me confidence, because I don't shop Nordstrom's. I don't have nothing on the rack for me. But I know if I wanted to, I could. So that's amazing. So now, one of the things that you are, I would put on you as like an iconic type of situation are your overly loud, gaudy, big A necklaces. How did that become a thing? You killing it though. You killing it. But how did that become a thing for you?
A friend of mine turned me on to Sassy Jones, and it took me a minute because I don't normally wear gaudy jewelry. I'm very classic and simplistic when it comes to my style. Stop doing that. And so I just loved the aesthetic, right? And so I began to shop it, and I absolutely loved the brand. I mean, in part it was to show and style when I'm on Instagram or doing my videos, but I wear it in my personal life as well. I mean, I just think it adds a bit of class and sass to an outfit, and it's fun. It's a great conversation piece. Pieces, I guess I'll say. I got enough of them, but great conversation pieces.
Right. I was about to ask you, but I said, nah, never mind. I don't want to know.
You really don't want to know.
No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Jeez.
Tell off on myself.
But that's what's up. Yeah, and again, for those who just tuning in, what's up? Vinny Virtual. I saw what is it, the Pocket brother out there, BF Pros. I'm sorry, Pocket. What is it? Pocket USA. Definitely got a good product there. You need to go watch his videos. Definitely something that's needed. I'm coming for you, Mr. Pocket Man. Anyway, make sure you go to the link in the bio and subscribe to Off the Bench Magazine. If you go there now, you can also register and get a free motivational magazine. The bonus issue that came out in May. In the month of May, I give out on my birthday, right? Everybody wants to give me stuff. That's cool. I go to dinner. That's cool. But I feel like I got to give back. And here's what we do. So I created a special bonus issue, and it has about 19 or 20 different articles of motivation in it. It's my gift. It's free. Just go to the link in the bio, offthebenchmagazine.com. register, download the copy, and take it with you. Make sure you subscribe so you can read more of Nikki Renae, because we're about to move into another discussion, and that's the summer colors and things we're supposed to be wearing, and my big question for tonight. So, Nikki, back to what we're talking about. We talked about what is the official Pantone color of the year, because if they do this is an actual thing. What is it?
So the actual Pantone colors for this year are yellow and gray. And the thing and the beauty with color is, which I love color, which is one of the main things that got me started in this business, is because I love color. But a specific yellow or gray doesn't look good on everybody, right? And so having yellow and gray, whatever's in your closet, wear it, accessorize it. But one of the things that I do as a stylist is I show my clients which color of yellow and which colors of gray look best, right? Because some colors, especially grays, they have red grays and blue grays, right? And so all these different variations, you have to make sure everything blends together if you choose to wear them together, let's say it that way. But it's exciting to me to have these, because both of these are colors that I wear crazy, right? And so it's definitely a thing. Yeah, these are the colors of the year.
Definitely a thing. Now, when does the official Pantone color come out? Like,
they come out in January of every year.
January of every year. Okay, I know we're going to market in July, so we're going back to the big market in Atlanta, and that's usually where I see the trends. You know, the trends are out ahead of the year, whatever for next year. You know, Micaiah, my daughter, is in the game. She is, you know, down with Hibbett Sports. Shouts out to KK, and they're 2 seasons up. Two seasons up already. 2 seasons up. I'm like last week trying to catch up. She's day 2 seasons
exactly.
up. So she wants to get to the big shows. Gets out, want to get out to Magic. I told her to call Ramon, and I don't know if Ramon still goes to Magic or not.
Not
I
often.
You need to get your cousin Ramon and get out to Magic. But yeah, but if you go, it's definitely for somebody who's into style and fashion. I think those are the places you have to go.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you tend to do you go to any associations or other learning training experiences for your business?
No, I haven't been to Magic yet, and I think Magic would be huge, because what a lot of people don't understand about the fashion and design world is that they are a season or two ahead of what you see on the racks. So more times than not, they've already planned out next spring and summer, and the winter and fall beyond that, right? And so we don't know what's happening until we see it on the racks, but they're way ahead of the game. So I have not done that as of yet. I do stay on trend as far as research that I do through my style peers and things like that. We'll see. I watch New York Style, or whatever shows that are coming up, the style fashion weeks, just to see what's coming out there. And then that's really how I keep up for now, outside of checking in with Ramon to see what's coming up. But I have not had a chance to go to Magic yet.
I got you. Now, as an entrepreneur stylist, what were a couple of challenges that you had to deal with trying to break in the industry, if you will, and being the wife, mother, and all that kind of stuff? What were some of the challenges that you had?
Most of the challenges that I had were that I didn't have a mentor, and it was difficult to find anyone to mentor in this business. I mean, you could find business coaches, but someone that understood the style business specifically and the ins and outs of that, it was very difficult initially. So I finally was able to tap into a couple that helped me understand how to style virtually, how to market to my clients, things like that, bringing my website up. So that's the main challenge that I had, was getting those tools. Of course, then COVID hit, right? And so that was another twist and turn when COVID hit, because, I was used to folks coming into my office for us to talk style, and I would go to them. But when COVID hit, that shut everything down. You weren't able to go anywhere.
Right.
So then I had to then create and find tools to style virtually, which is just really coming online, and I'm loving it. It's great, but that was the main thing.
I love that. When you started, I was a guinea pig for your earlier. It was good, nice, but you can go see it and feel it, shop it, buy it, order it, send it to Nordstrom's or whatever to go get. I mean, for people who can do those things, who can buy at Nordstrom off the rack or whatever, that's a great benefit.
Absolutely.
To have your stylist not near you, because you think about it back in the old days, like they're like right there. It's just I got to be here for this, that, and the third, and you may do those things, but because of COVID, like I said, we all had to pivot out and do something different. So now all of a sudden, it allows people to have access to things they didn't have access to before, and style and fashion to be fresh. I love that.
Absolutely,
I love that. Was that the Pooch?
Yeah,
oh, hey,
this
Pooch.
One. This is Zoe.
Zoe's like, I didn't ask for all this.
So, I just want to be in my mom's lap.
I just want you to hold me. Right, I want to hold me.
She's satisfied now.
That's what. All right, so last couple questions, and we want to get off. Right. Someone coming into the game, someone has got a wild hair, and they want I'm a stylist. What advice would you give someone who's wanting to get into this industry?
I would say unequivocally get your education. I would say take a certification course. I think, and there's some that are inexpensive that are out there. I mean, that are definitely well worth the investment. And for me, it made all the difference in the world to my business. It really taught me a lot about body shape, color, how to style, different heights. I mean, just everything. I mean, people don't even understand or know that your facial shape also corresponds with your body shape, but you wouldn't know that. And so I would say get the education. That's the main thing. And then, you can still build your clientele while you're getting your education, but get your education. Google and learn, find a mentor, someone to walk alongside you and teach you the business, which is what I'm doing with Courtney, I Believe Boutique. Mentoring her and teaching her this business is huge. And so that's what I would say.
Okay. And the final question of the night is simply this. Can I wear white after Labor Day, or is that not a thing anymore?
You did not go there. Why? Yes, you can wear white after Labor Day. What are you talking about?
I'm asking because they're gonna go crazy on the gram, and they're gonna show a picture of Uncle Rufus in some white come the end of September.
Listen, you wear white year round, white, not just off white. You can wear white whenever you want to wear white. It's about style. It's about what you feel good in. It's about what makes you just feel, like you got it going on. Whatever. White is your thing. You can wear it year round.
All right, Nikki, tell the fan where they can get a hold of you. If they want questions, make sure y'all follow her on the IG. If you don't follow her right now, make sure you subscribe to the Off the Bench magazine, because she is a contributing writer and has a lot to say in the magazine. Go ahead, Nick. Where can we find you?
You can reach me on my website at nikkirenae.com. You can call me at 503-470-1788. Or you can email me at nikki@nikkirenae, RENAE.com. I got you.
So it's Nikki Renae.
It's Nikki Renae. Everything's Nikki Renae. That's it. All across the board. I got it. Nikki Renae.
Nice. Well, thank you for taking time to join us today, all the way from the upper left coast. And we look forward to your next article in the July issue.
Absolutely.
So we'll wrap this down. And as always, if you can reach your dreams with the step ladder, then they're probably too low.
Bye.
I'm out.